Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to blend two images using OpenCV in native Android application. So let's get started. So the first thing which you will have to do is I have just created a simple native Android application. I am using XML layout, but feel free to use Jetpack Compose as well if you want to. Like, the UI code is very minimum. Also I have already created a one project just before recording this video, just to validate. But I will be so that project is open inside VS Code, so I'll be copying some code, but don't worry too much about it. I'll explain you as we go along. So the first thing which you will have to do is you will have to open your browser and go to opencv.org/releases, and whatever is the latest release, you will have to click on the Android button over here and just download this zip file. Now once you unzip it, you will see something like this: OpenCV Android SDK. Now we have to import this particular thing inside our Android project, right? So I have written some steps because even I don't remember all the steps. So firstly, so once we go to Android Studio, we just have to click on File, New, Import Project. Sorry, not import project, import module. I'll cancel this, sorry about that. File, New, Import Module, and here you just have to click on this folder button and just go where you have unzipped that OpenCV Android SDK, and you will have to click on this SDK folder over here. Click on Open. Once you do that, you can just rename this to OpenCV. Click on Finish. Now again, this will take little bit of time to run because it needs to do some Gradle syncing, so just be patient a little bit. It should be done pretty quickly. So let's just wait for this to finish. So if you see over here, it has added OpenCV, and inside Gradle scripts, if you go to settings.gradle, here you can see it has also added our dependency. Okay, so the next thing which we have to do is we have to update the min-max SDK of OpenCV as well. So basically I will just go to the build.gradle of our OpenCV and open the build.gradle of our app. So here you can see I'm using compile SDK 35, target SDK 35, min SDK is 26. So we'll have to update this for our build.gradle of OpenCV as well. So I'll just update this to 35, this to 26, and this to 35 as well. Once that is done, we also need to update the Java version. Now this is little bit tricky, so to check your Java version, now some of you might be wondering, okay, I'll just copy this particular Java version. Don't do that. What you will have to do, you will have to open your Android Studio, go to settings. Here you will have to click on build execution deployment, go to build tools. Here you will have to select Gradle, and here you can see my Java version is 21. Now this is by default installed by Android Studio when I update it to Android Studio Ladybug or whatever Android Studio version you are using. So that is very important. So as you can see, it is using Java version 21. If you want, you can change it, but I'll keep it as default because this was bundled with Android Studio, so I don't want to mess anything else. So yeah, this is 21, right? So that's why I will just go to build.gradle of OpenCV, and I also change, okay, I'll just close this. I'll just change this to 21 as well. So this is 21, and then you can just click on sync now, so it will again do all those changes. So let's just wait for that. In the meantime, what we have to do is we just have to go to File, Project Structure, Dependencies. So let's just wait for this Gradle syncing to finish. Okay, so this is done. Then we have to go to File, Project Structure, go to Dependencies, click on All Modules, click on the plus button, click on Module Dependency, select your app, click OK, then check on this OpenCV checkbox, click OK, then click on Apply, and then click on OK again. Now what it will do, if you go to build.gradle of your app, it will add this OpenCV project to our build dependency as well. Now we can start actually using it. So if inside our activity_main, I will just go over here and I will just remove this text view. I don't want this. What I will do, I will just go to my practice project over here, and I'll just copy the code and then I'll explain it to you. You can do this in Jetpack Compose as well. It is pretty basic code, nothing really serious over here. So I'll just paste it. So here you can see I am taking an image view You can change the width and height to whatever you feel like. Now here we have to give some content description as well, right? So I will just name it as my image view. You can name it whatever you feel like again. Okay, and here I'll just create this string resource out of it. So yeah, so it has created this my image view. Then I have created so this image view will actually display the blending of two images, and this is I have one button, so this button will select the first image. So yeah, pretty simple button. I have given it some ID as well. Then I have created another button to select the second image, so again I have given an ID over here. So yeah, and there is last button. So once I have selected both of the images from both of these buttons, I will just call this blend image button, and it will automatically blend the image and display it inside our image view. So yeah, pretty basic code till here. Then I'll just go to our main activity, and I'll copy some imports, because there are a lot of imports as well. So I'll just copy all these imports and I'll paste it over. There might be some duplicate imports which I need to remove. Yeah, so these are duplicate imports. I'll just remove this, and they have one more bundle one. So yeah, so here you can see these are all the imports which we will be using. So if you want, you can just pause the video and copy all these imports if you want to, or you can use Android Studio's IntelliSense to automatically import it once you start writing the code. So firstly, again I'll just copy all this code, and then I'll explain you at the very end what basically we are doing. Okay, so first here we are getting hold. I'll just close this. Firstly, here we are getting hold of our image view, as you can see over here. Then there will be two bitmaps generated for the two selected images, right? We will be selecting two images. Then here I have just taken one boolean just to check whether which button was pressed. So that's why I have taken this particular variable, because both of this first and second button will call the image picker, right? And it will have the same callback. That's why we need to know which button was clicked, so that accordingly I can assign the image URL to either this first image URI or this second image URI variable. Then if you see over here, I have just so this particular thing will be called on our button click. So we are basically launching the image picker. That's it. Okay, I'll come back to this later on. So I'll just move ahead, and here you can see inside on create, firstly we are initializing our image view, then we are initializing OpenCV. If you want, you can do this on background thread as well. I'm not really sure. I think so. If you want, you can do it on a coroutine, but this is a very simple application, doesn't really make any big changes as such. Then here is our first button. So first button is clicked. I'm just making this value as true and calling launch new photo picker, and on second button click I'm just making this value as false and launching the new photo picker as well. Now if you see, once the user picks an image, the callback will come for register for activity result, and here we will get the image URI. Now depending on whether the user okay, again I'll just minimize this, whether this first image is true, then assign it to first image URI, the URI of the selected image, otherwise assign it to second image URI. Okay, so till here. Then once the blend image button is called or clicked, I'm just drawing, like creating a lifecycle scope. I'm just checking whether first and second image URI is not equal to null. Then I'm just getting the MIME type. Typically you should have the same MIME type for both of the blended images, but I have noticed that even if they are not the same, it works. So I'm just keeping this for you. This is not really necessary according to me, but it, like the OpenCV documentation specifies that you should have the images both of the same extension, like JPEG or PNG. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's what I have understood, because the documentation is written by aliens, like humans can't understand it really. Anyways, like then what I'm doing is I'm just making creating just a coroutine, a simple coroutine, and here first I'm converting the first image URI to a bitmap. So I'm just assigning it to first bitmap. For second image URI also I'm doing the same thing, creating it to a bitmap. Then I'm creating two mats. So this is an OpenCV concept, and then we just do bitmap to mat and pass our first bitmap as well as second bitmap. Then we resize the mat because both images should be of the same size. That's why that's what we are doing over here. And I don't really understand this weights. I think this might be also related to the resizing concept, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that's what we are getting the weights 1 and weights 2 as well. And here we create an output mat. So we just do core dot add weighted, pass our mat 1. Here you can change the alpha value to whatever you feel like. This is the mat 2, this is the beta value, and this is the gamma value. If you want, you can play around with this. And here is our output mat. Once we have the output map, we just do bitmap dot create bitmap, pass our output map calls as well as row, and this is the bitmap config. Then again we do utils dot map to bitmap, pass our output bitmap and result bitmap, and then we release all these resources. Yeah, so just so that we don't keep it inside memory. And once we have the bitmap, we just display it inside our image view. Okay, and this is just an L clause in case if the user tries to pick an image, tries to like blend this image even before picking the image. So yeah, that's it. I'll show you the code one more time. So in case if you have missed anything, feel free to pause the video and just copy the code. So yeah, that's it. Now let's see the output. So here I have not device manager, running devices. So here I have this first, so I'll just click on select first image. Okay, I have, so I'll just select this lady's image. Then again I'll click on select second image. Again I'll just scroll down, I'll select this particular lady's image. Again I'm mirroring my device, so the output is little laggy, sorry about that. Once I have picked both of the images, I'll just click on blend shapes, and here you can see this is the output. Now here I am displaying the toast message because the images, both images are of different type extensions, but yeah, it still works. I don't know why they have given in the documentation, or maybe my understanding is wrong, but yeah, this is how we can blend two images in one with OpenCV. Thank you for watching. Bye.